Nationally acclaimed best-selling author Vassiliki Ryden.
For the past 20 years, Vassiliki Ryden has traveled the world seeking peace and working for Christian unity. She's worked with ecumenical organizations from Central and South America, Asia. This is an important time. If we're going to face the challenges of global warming, of the care and stewardship of this fragile planet we call Earth, we're going to need to hear voices like Vasiliki's. And the good news is that God chooses average, ordinary, common people to do the extraordinary.
Having traveled to over 80 countries as a renowned speaker and humanitarian, she is one of the most followed peace leaders in the world today.
I did come into contact with her when she came to Delhi. For me, was certainly an eye-opener.
Her book series, True Life in God, has been published in 40 languages and sold internationally. She has spoken to millions of people, 500,000 in the Philippines alone, over 1 million fans on Facebook, and hundreds of thousands on Twitter.
I call upon Vassiliki to come and share with us.
Prophecy has to be announced on the rooftops. So I'm doing what God has asked me to do, and He's commanded me to do so.
Vassiliki has been rightly respected and endorsed by hundreds of church leaders.
What happens to the money that comes in?
All the money goes to the charity houses that we have around the world, like 25 of them now. And we feed the poor, and we clothe them and give medicine as well. I've never taken any money, and I'm not interested in that. I want the good of people. I want to give them hope to what I receive, because God is calling us to give us hope.
All right, Vassiliki, thank you.
Thank you
so much. It's a really interesting story. I don't think I've met anyone quite like her before.
Neither have I.
A las personas de lengua española, a todo deseo que el verano sea un...
The future is the true life in God.
Her latest book has become an overnight bestseller and is #1 on Barnes & Noble online. Have you heard of the internationally acclaimed best-selling author?
She has nearly 200,000 Twitter followers, millions of believers around the world. Crowds gather to hear her speak. Her name is Vassiliki Ryden. 500,000 people came out to hear you speak in the Philippines, want to hear what you have to say. Your new book is called Heaven is Real, and so is How You...
I'm so excited to read the book now, because it is a vision. Like, everybody talks about heaven, and nobody even really thinks that, like, hell is a real thing. All the time I read the books, I feel a fire in my heart.
Deepening, revealing, and reviving.
I know about the book. Then I said it's time that, I come and see her.
First thing that I saw was her picture in the back, and I saw that she was, like, living another life, no stress, and just instantly she was called by God, and that changed her life. So if this happened to the regular guy like her, it could happen to anybody.
Once I read the book, then I knew that God had brought me here, and that I had to meet her.
I feel that she means what she says, and it makes me think a lot more about my life,
I'm wondering why she's back in the United States, because I think she's here to help us. I believe that it's the right time for all of this to happen. happen. I believe in all of her messages.
Heaven is real and so.
I think it's a message for our time.
What is prayer?
It's in the beginning of the book. All my experiences are said in the book, and through my learnings with Jesus, because as I said to you, I had no knowledge about anything, not even a catechism, and therefore Jesus had to come every day and teach me about prayer, prayer of the heart. So what is prayer of the heart? Which is the most that he appreciates, because he says if it comes from your heart, direct words, they are sincere. And he loves sincerity. He doesn't like malice. He hates hypocrisy. He loves simple words that come from the heart with love. That's what Jesus wants. And when he came to me and asked me, I want you to pray to me without ceasing, I freaked out, because I said, what does he mean? I'm a housewife. I have my children. I have my family life. And I can't be on my knees 24 hours a day, praying non-stop. It is not that I want you 24 hours a day on your knees. A prayer without ceasing means when you thirst and long and desire me, your God, all day long. It means that when your heart longs for God without words, it's a prayer without words. You know, thirsting for God all day long, this is called the unceasing prayer, which is the top contemplative prayer that he appreciates. But to come to that, you have to get to know God and love God. And through this, heaven is real, but so is hell. There's no doubt that people will be led to love God the way he wants us to love.